it's not just a speaking objection. Courts basically sustain the objection, and what it is
No, I said overruled.
whether it's
All right, so what is it that you want? You are focusing on minutia.
Judge, what I want is I want the unethical conduct to stop.
Stop. Both of you knock it
I'm
off.
talking about from day one, Judge. I mean, that's...
Knock it off. Enough. Stop, Mr. Lewis.
What are we going to do, Judge?
The objection was overruled. You're focusing on minutia.
You mean a speaking objection where you worked out something for the jury to hear?
What do you want me to do? Tell me what you want me to do.
Judge, you've instructed repeatedly
Right.
that there's a difference between a speaking objection when you're trying to even communicate a legal reason. That's not even a legal reason. That's basically shouting out a fact to the jury. It is, Your Honor, we've had in this case time after time after time, and what happens is unfortunately the conduct doesn't result in any consequence. So, Your Honor, again, what I asked at the time was, I just wanted the court to, when the comment was made, I wanted the court to say to the jury, that comment should not have been made, you would disregard it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Well,
I'm not going to do it.
all right.
Both sides have been making speaking objections.
Judge, we have not one time in this case, both sides at points have made speaking objections where they've tried to clarify a point of law or say, here's why the question. We have not one time made a comment like that regarding evidence. And we're not in a vacuum, as the court is aware from conversations that have been had. We are.
See, they just can't stop fighting. No squabble zone, but they constantly squabbling, Judge. You got to step in. You got to do something. In today's day, it was the most boringest day in court. But if you would have sat in the beginning and waited to the end, you might have missed something. So I got you tonight. We're going to just start getting these done by tonight because I feel what y'all be saying. So let's get into it. I want to shock y'all with a little bit of something that is pretty interesting. And I think the cop, you know what? I'll tell you what I think about this cop. Hold on.
Therefore, it showcases that hero, which we talked about the issues with that on Tuesday. Without Mr. Efron and his narrative or version of events, with those two videos that you said independently, you do not tell it's not a firearm, and in the second video you said you can't see it. There is a firearm.
It's the improper hypothetical which relies on evidence.
Yeah, the answer would be
ignores evidence.
objection sustained.
You want to use this to respond?
No,
Okay, okay.
taking something out of the equation that
So, officer, are you telling me that didn't sound like tires exploding? Have you never, that to me, if I'm not finding shells and hey, let's say Nash be a cop right now. If I don't see anything like that, as far as before the audio footage, the visualization, the video, I'm thinking to myself that something exploded. Hell, a fire extinguisher would definitely sound like that. You put enough dry ice in a water bottle with some water, it'll definitely sound like that. So that to me sounded like it could be referenced as an explosion. But the two coming out would automatically make me think of pop tires. Exploding tires, by the way. Shit. That's exactly how they sound. Sorry. I don't know where the hell that came from. Smart Water. Don't sponsor this video because anyways, let's get into it, man.
Based on the fact that Relli'S narrative is truthful.
It is consistent up to the point of what he describes occurred, based on what I've been able to see in connection with the physical evidence that has been provided.
So let me break it down this way. Video 1 alone, you don't know if the gun is operable.
Correct.
Video 2, that's 16 pieces of armor, all the skull, but you don't even know if there's a gun based on the video.
Specifically, just looking at that, not looking at anything else, no.
Okay. You then hear sounds that appear to be a gunshot, right?
Correct.
Aside from a gun, what else could make those sounds? An operable gun, I should say.
The sound that I heard off that camera, I mean, a firearm, some kind of replica firearm potentially, but distinct sound of the firearm. Again, my belief it was a firearm.
Right. Thank you.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
It is truthful.
It is consistent up to the point of what he describes occurred, based on what I've been able to see in connection with the physical evidence that has been provided.
So let me break it down this way. Video 1 alone, you don't know if the gun is operable.
Correct.
Video 2, that's 16 pieces of MR, so what? You don't even know if there's a gun based on the video.
Specifically, just looking at that, not looking at anything else, no.
Right. You then hear sounds that appear to be a gunshot, right?
Correct.
Aside from a gun, what else do make those sounds? An operable gun, I should say.
The sound that I heard off that camera, I mean, a firearm, some kind of replica firearm potentially, but distinct sound of the firearm. Again, my belief it was a firearm.
Right. Thank you.
Ms. Pozomic, anything?
Would you agree that you don't need Mr. Efron's truthful testimony in order to determine that a shooting occurred at that location?
Check that.
The question was
It's
asked.
a different question. He's asking a different question.
Can I get a question in your hand, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you agree you don't need Mr. Efron's truthful testimony in order to determine that a shooting occurred at that location?
That's so taking him out of the equation. That's number one. Number two, it's leading. It's leading us to me.
Yeah, the court's ruling, we're getting more speaking objections.
Stating my ground.
Those are not legal grounds, those are speech.
Leading.
Read the question again.
Would you agree you don't need Mr. Efron's truthful testimony in order to determine that a shooting occurred at that location?
It would be a proper question if the question ended with occurred. But when you say at that location, then I believe that calls for speculation.
Would you agree that you don't need Mr. Efron's truthful testimony to establish a shooting occurred?
Yes.
I don't have any answer.
I do now. So without Mr. Efron's truthful testimony, what leads you to believe a shooting without Mr. Efron's truthful testimony? So I guess he's now out of the equation. What leads you to believe, what would lead you to believe a shooting occurred?
Again, just looking at the video, the first incident where guns displayed, he obviously follows through with these scrambles, you can best describe.
That's not.
Yes, sir.
Wait, can you finish your answer?
He needs to answer the question, he's asked the question.
You asked a question, let's finish.
Okay, so.
Again, it just comes down to, sir, is looking at everything in combination, even without Mr. Efron's statement. If I were an investigating officer just responding to investigate a shooting scene where maybe there was some evidence found and establishing what had occurred without a potential witness, would be to obviously look at the same video, listen to the same sound of gunfire. Again, it's just factors that would be known at the time. But it would still lead me to believe that there had been some actual shooting short of a recording witness being present. I would still believe that.
Okay. So you first cited the fact that gun was displayed. That was the first thing you just cited, right?
Correct.
Which you already told the jury, the gun that was displayed, the only time you could see a gun in any video was the parking garage video.
Correct.
You already told the jury, by that video, you can't tell if it's operable, right?
Correct, because it was not fired at that point.
Well, you also said the sound could also have been made by a non-operable firearm. You just said that before.
Again, it's in the realm of possibilities.
Okay.
From what I've heard, again, based on the sound, again, this is just my opinion, my expertise, my experience, I believe it to be a firearm.
You also heard, you were here when the police officer's body cam from the scene was played, right?
Yes, sir.
And you heard the police officer say there's no evidence of a shooting here. You heard that, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Detective Flores. You can step down. Next witness.
My next witness.
So the Relli'S story is starting to back apart. Y'all gotta understand what you're not saying, what you're not hearing. He's basically saying, what other evidence do you have besides him having a firearm on him that would say to you that there was a shooting, since there's no evidence besides a video? And then you got to remember, even the cops said, shoot, it could be a prop gun. I mean, it could be a replica gun. And then the state decided to do something, and I'll break it down because it was their last witness. It was pretty dumb. So let's just finish this out.
I want to mention something to you. You heard Mr. Barima say that he did not do any analysis of the shell casings that were found, or Mr. Efron said he found. He didn't. Mr. Barima did not do an analysis of those casings to the magazine that was recovered at Mr. Mayer's house about 6 to 7 months later. For legal reasons that do not matter to you, about 2 weeks ago, I advised both sides that an analysis of the casings and the magazines need not be done. Okay? All right, please don't discuss the case.
So the judge made this big whoop in the beginning to say, oh, last minute, I'm going to allow some ballistics expert to come in and blah, 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 and everything like that. I'm assuming there were some motions that was put in, and I'm assuming that the defense won those motions, and that's essentially what it is. I'm just assuming. I do not know. But the fact that they just basically, and this is where we've seen this happen in the YSL trial, and I'm not saying it's going to end the same way, but what I'm saying is, when you start adding in new factors and stuff like that, we never heard crap about a ghost gun. So basically, the whole entire testimony that they just said was that, oh, let me show you how a gun works. Let me show you this type of gun. A Glock 43 is exactly what we're saying that he had. All right, cool. Well, no, not necessarily a Glock 43, but the Glock 43 was out there because we wanted to show y'all that it was going to be a Glock. And yeah, there's that. But then the defense is like, bruh, that could have been a bevy of guns. And you're pointing only to ghost guns that y'all have. Y'all have over 234 ghost guns that you guys are regularly, actively testing as far as this Nibin stuff goes. And we remember Nibin from the YSL case. So that's how we remember the Nibin and all of that stuff, which is cool. All right, no problem. But they switched it. You switched from a regular gun to now a ghost gun, and you have no evidence that a ghost gun was used. So what they did was try to act like it was something about the bullets, but then you heard the last thing that the judge said about the freaking bullets were, we're actually not going to be bringing the bullets in. And he didn't actually test the bullets. Well, not the bullets, but the shell cases that was found. I ain't gonna hold you. It's up to the defense to lose. They have not proven, if I'm in the jury box and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, well, Relli'S was fidgety and all this crap and everything like that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm calling 12E on this one. I don't know. I don't know if I'm calling the other two guys that were there, because they try to sit up there and say, oh yeah, we wanted to talk to them, but they didn't want to. We wanted to talk to 12E, but he didn't want to talk to us. Y'all wanted to talk to him a couple of months ago when you had years to talk to him. So it's, once again, not a thorough investigation. Y'all did what a lot of these cats do. They see a freaking celebrity. You seen this happen to freaking Baldwin in New Mexico. You see a celebrity. You see your chance to latch on. You see yourself a chance to get big and make your name and all of this crap. And they did a terrible investigation. Because had they did a thorough investigation, they would have talked to 12. They would have subpoenaed him already to talk. Wouldn't have been that hard to do. We've seen this with everybody. But once the police weren't allowed to sit up there, well, we didn't say weren't allowed. Once the police try to reach out at the last minute to try to talk to Buddy, for what? What do y'all want to know now? And one, you don't have to help out the police in any active investigation and all that stuff. You don't. That's what lawyers are for, and higher ups and smarter people and stuff like that. So no, you don't have to. But I find it, I don't want to say rooting for the defense, but I was thoroughly impressed when he made sure to say, hey, you didn't even go look for him. So I don't know what you're talking about, bruh. And when y'all did try to talk to him, y'all tried to talk to him a couple of months ago. It ain't like y'all just did this off the jump, off the back. Y'all didn't try to do any of this stuff. So it is what it is on that part, bro. If I'm sitting in that juror's box, I'm not believing a word that is said from the prosecution as far as this is a guilty crime, because this is 100% on the defense to lose. They don't, as long as they don't mess it up, as long as they can sit up here and prep 12E the right way, because I 100% expect the prosecution to excoriate this man. And they're going to bring it up. Well, why didn't you talk to us before? Why didn't you talk to us? We wanted to talk to you. You didn't want to talk to us and all this stuff. And all he has to do is sit up here and say, you guys wanted to talk to me way after every single thing. Y'all had the chance to talk to me months before. Now they're going to, say, hey, he's arguing and all that stuff, but he has to say that. See, if he doesn't, then it's up to it's up to recross, because their recross is going to be everything. It's not really about the cross-examination from the defense on him. It's about the cross-examination on the freaking defense, and then the recross, on the cross-examination by the prosecution to look good, and then the recross to sit up here and fill in the blanks where I know exactly, and I don't know them at all or anything. I don't know anybody in this case, but I know exactly how they've been operating and the pattern of behaviors that both sides have shown. Both sides have not been all the way honest. Both of them. Because had they been, then you wouldn't have seen cut off text messages from prosecution and defense. Just is what it is. But man, subscribe, turn on the bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. This case is actually crazier than the YSL one. Maybe because it's West Coast and it's on a later time. I don't know. But y'all let me know your thoughts on this one. If we can, man, help out the Seti Nash clan. The visionaries. Can we get this video up to 4K likes? Yeah. I'll catch you on the next one, bro. Yeah, Gotti got court tomorrow too, by the way. So y'all be in tune for that. We will be, we'll be doing what we do. But yeah, Yak Gotti got court tomorrow. So we definitely gonna be keeping up with that one. And we'll see how that one goes. But should be interesting. Yeah, man. We just hit 200K. We on our way to 300, man. Subscribe today so you can find out how you can win an Xbox or a PlayStation, man. The details are on the way. This is how you know somebody is literally going to be in the drawing. Robin Minter, check him out, man. All we do is go down and we look and we see his subscriptions. Who does he have? He has Seti Nash right here. What also happens, take that off. Top commenter. That right here, public subscriber. So that's what you got to do, and make sure you share each video, and then you'll be entered to win. Shout out to Mike. Good luck. Subscribe, turn on that bell, stay notified, and share to keep your people aware. I'll catch you on the next one.